What's good, bro? So, today I'm just gonna make my quick, honest, raw opinion between Sony FX30 or Sony A6700. Because if you're someone like me who's really torn between getting the Sony A6700 or maybe getting the Sony FX30, then here's my honest opinion. So, for a year now, I got the Sony A6700. This is the camera that I'm using right now. And the reason that I got this is because when I first choosing between the two of them, I don't really know how to use a camera. So I've been watching the YouTube and everything. They have like different opinions with both cameras. But the thing about my own experience is that I had no idea how to use a camera. I don't know how to take pictures, and I don't even know how to take videos. So Sony A6700 has both of that features for beginners and for professionals. And so I chose this camera. And having this camera for a year now, it just feels like I am learning a lot on how to take pictures and learning a lot on how to take professional type videos. The thing with Sony A6700 is that the people who makes reviews about this camera is professionals. Not professionals, but they have more experience compared to myself, wherein I'm a beginner. So their opinion is like, oh, you should get the FX30 instead because it has a cooling fan. And it's cooling fan, it has like anything else, but most of the time it's just because of the cooling fan, you know? They're trying to think about future proofing their like own purchase, but that's not the thing here. The thing here is that if you want to learn from scratch, I believe that Sony A6700 is your best bet. For beginners, it's very easy. It looks like a professional camera and it is very lightweight. So, getting this camera would not be a bad idea if you're just learning about everything, you know? Because if you're someone like me who doesn't know if whether I might like photo more compared to video or maybe video more compared to photo, then having this camera would just help you decide whether if you want to stick to photography in the future or maybe you wanna do videos professionally in the future. So that's my take. Beginner, if you don't know anything, get the Sony A6700. This will help you learn a lot more in the future. Now, if you're someone who is already fixed or if you already know that you really want to be taking videos throughout your learning experience, then sure, get the Sony FX30. Sony FX30 offers a lot of features in terms of videos. Importantly, it also offers the cooling fan at the back. So if you're thinking of taking videos outside of your house during sunny weather or maybe just a very hot weather, then FX30 will help you overcome those situations since it has a fan and you can just keep recording for longer periods of time. 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours, as long as you have the battery for it. But it doesn't mean that Sony A6700 also can't do that. I mean, Sony A6700, if you're gonna bring it out towards the heat, it's gonna turn off and it's gonna overheat. But but this camera could also record for as long as an hour, almost 2 hours, constantly if you're using 4K 24p or 4K 30. Yeah, that's the thing. If you are fixed of getting the video, then get the FX30. The big difference between the video feature of the FX30 and Sony A6700 is that it doesn't have a difference. It does offer the same sensor. You get the same video or color or whatever that is that you're seeing right now in this camera. The thing about FX30 that I have observed is that Sony, like the Sony company, creates software updates specifically for videos for FX30. One good example for that is shutter angle. And if you don't know what that is, it's just a feature that professional videographers use for filming. Also, one good example is the D-squeeze, anamorphic D-squeeze. It's also a video feature for professionals who use this a lot. And that's the thing about FX30 that Sony creates software updates specifically for video features in that camera. Wherein in Sony A6700, I am not sure if they're gonna put that in this camera. Maybe they can, but this camera is just geared towards maybe photographers or solo content creators. So here's the thing again. One more thing is that if you are a solo content creator and you just wanna take a video of yourself, or maybe a hobbyist wherein you wanna travel, you travel a lot, you go certain places, then this camera is also a very good choice for you, since this camera is very lightweight, very compact, and it's just very easy to use. You could put it in your backpack or whatever, your sling bag, and it's gonna fit in there. Like right now I'm using a vlogging lens, so it's very very compact. I can just bring it anywhere if I wanna film myself or just take a video of where I am or take a video of myself, whatever that is. So if you're a solo content creator, if you're planning to be a solo content creator, and if you're a beginner, I believe that Sony A6700 is your best bet. Also, if you get tired of this, also in the future, if ever you've decided that you just want to stick to videography, then you could sell this camera and get the FX30, like it's always there. But you don't know. Maybe you're gonna like photography, and then maybe in the future, if you like photography, then maybe you're gonna get a full frame camera for low light photography stuff. But this camera is just one of the best camera that you could get if you are a beginner who doesn't know anything. Also, one more thing, if you're a beginner but you are fixed that you want to take videos throughout your learning career or whatever that learning is, then get the FX30. It does just offer so much in terms of film features. So what else can I think about? In terms of price point, Sony A6700 is a bit cheaper. It's like $100 cheaper, I think, compared to FX30 right now. So it's December 7, and FX30 costs, I think, 1,599, wherein Sony A67 is 1,499 or 1,399. I'm not sure. FX30 1,599. A67 maybe around like 1,499. There's no big difference, but that's all I could say for you guys from as someone who is a beginner on everything that I'm like I'm just learning about everything. Then I feel like A6700 is your best bet. And then if you get tired of this, if you really just want to focus on videos, then get the FX30. I know I'm like being repetitive right now, but if you're just really confused between these two, then ask yourself, am I a beginner? Do I want to learn more about cameras, or do I just want to do I want to be a solo content creator or vlogger? Then the form factor of an A6700 will give you that ease of use. Also, FX30 can also be used for solo vloggers and stuff. It's just a little bit bigger and a little bit heavier, but they say it's not that heavy. But still, one of the things that A6700 has is the AI chip, wherein the FX30 doesn't have. Since FX30 has the old, I don't know, that old chip is also good. Both of them has good tracking. They could track humans, animals, planes, trains, insects, whatever that is. And whatever you choose, just ask yourself, am I someone who just wants to learn an all-around thing? Then get the A6700. But if you're someone who's fixed on maybe taking videos, then get the FX30. So that's it. Conclusion, if you want an all-rounder camera, A6700 is your best bet. And if you're a beginner and trying to get into filming or maybe photography, anything about cameras, A6700. But if you're someone who is fixed on maybe learning how to film, or if you're going to film school later on, then maybe you think that that's your thing, then get the FX30, since it has a cooling fan. It offers filming features that you would later on use if you're really getting into filmmaking or whatever professional video long time recording that you are trying to do. But that's it. It's been like, I don't know, 5 minutes, 4 minutes, but that's my take. Don't listen too much to those professionals, because professionals always wants the best, since they have already paid a lot of money in their camera and they always find fault in things. But that's just it. Okay, here's one before I leave you guys. I want to show you guys this book, the Book of Five Rings. I love this book. My favorite book so far. Not one of my favorite books, but all I've learned is that Musashi Miyamoto beat his enemy with just using a wooden sword. And it's the same analogy I have right now. Like, no matter what kind of camera you have or sword you have, you can always beat an enemy or do whatever you want if you know how to use it. And if you really try to learn the basics about everything, you could do anything you want. So that's it. That's my take. I don't want to keep this long, but thank you all for listening, and I hope you guys enjoy this. And that's it. Raw, honest opinion, and just what I think. If you like it, then go for it. If you don't like it, leave a comment below so I could post more raw videos. But that's it. Peace.